Nearly 5 years ago, I took a job as an audio technician at Church of the Rock, and I've had a lot of people confused as to what I actually do. So I decided to make this video to try to explain that. When I started shooting this, I realized a day wouldn't be enough, so a week in the life of a church audio tech, and I am actually a full-time paid church audio technician. So there's an expression that a sound guy is first to the show and last to go, but actually the caretakers are the first to the show. So I always start my day with turning on sound system, and of course getting the stage prepped, and notice the excellent cable wrapping going on there. And this is our Pi auction service, and my favorite part of it is installing this keyboard cow. It's like they're massaging its back. I love it. And I have this thing where I have to make the air guitar motion every time I set stuff up. I just love the dedication our musicians show to serving God with their talents. Can you keep going there for a second? I'm getting some kind of almost something static noise or something like a crack. And starting working as a sound guy at Church of the Rock, I've got to meet some really amazing people over the years. It's been a blessing to see people so dedicated to God, and some people who are slightly funny at times.
Got everybody here now? The star has arrived. Garth, Brooks, and Dunn. Garth, Brooks, and Dunn.
Done like dinner.
It's a little. All right.
A little country humor there.
A little country humor.
Very little.
Anything you want to do different about that vocal problem you're talking about?
I'm still hearing it. Can you talk directly to it?
Yep, check 1, 2.
Yeah, it's in phasing, for sure.
That does sound a little weird.
I don't know what it is, though. It's a weird phasing thing. You're just keep going, I'll try to figure it out.
How awkward for your YouTube audience.
Our Pi auction is always a lot of fun, and we raise a ton of money for missions, which you'll see later.
All right, you want to run us through the music?
All right, so of course we're doing kind of our country thing.
All right, so let's stand to your feet, cowpokes. This is a little different from normal worship, but we're going to give it a go, all right? Come on. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away to the places. One more time. I got wings to love.
Well, you might be saying, what type of service did I come into? I didn't think it was going to be this, but this is our Pi auction service.
Now, I want to personalize this for you for a moment, if I can, because I know some of you don't get this. You say, you know what, these pies are kind of expensive. I'm used to paying $7 for a pie. And we try to get you to pay $7 or $8 or $900 or $1,000. But here, let's put this in these terms. If you bought a pie last year for $600, because some of you did, if you bought a pie last year for $600, that would have supported one pastor for a whole year, right? $50 a month times 12, that would be $600. So you supported a pastor in Ethiopia for one whole year. He planted 5 churches of 300 people each. That's 1,500 people came to Christ or in a church in Ethiopia because you bought a pie last year. Wow. How cool is that?
So Ken Morrow and his team come out and be an auctioneer for our Pi auction, and you're just getting a very small taste of it here, but if he's a big part of the reason why we raise so much money. He's super fun and super energetic. Love it.
You're playing a possum on me here, 4.5. That's 400 half it away, 4.5 it away. 400. Where's your man over here? 400. No, that guy's on. You're gonna, 4.5. Oh, yeah, that's 4.5 it away. You're holding out on me. 400 and a half. 400 half it away. 4.5 it away. 4.5. So $400.
One of the cheapest pies of the night. I have really great volunteers that support our church, support the work of Christ's kingdom, and this is one of them.
You can have the whole neighborhood over 32, 33.
And now this is starting Monday morning after the weekend's over. First thing I got to do is get the podcast
ready. If we don't love our neighbor, if we don't love the stranger, if we don't love our enemy, we have nothing, the scripture says, if we do not have love.
Anytime you make a change, you win some, you lose some, right?
Yeah. And these weekly debrief meetings are always very helpful. Help us keep growing and improving as we go.
I think especially because you did it on tour, it seemed like it was really sharp. Like it was actually like, it felt more like
musical?
Yeah, whatever. Like it just felt,
Yeah, there was more to it, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was actually a really good set.
Yeah,
really good set.
Amber hit it out of the park.
And that's probably why the mix was even really good too. I mean, easy for both of us to mix. You guys are really, you're tight. You know what I mean? The parts were playing really well.
Yeah.
And so that's why it was easy to mix for me. Easy to mix for. Like I said, Romano's mixes, I wouldn't do anything better myself. They were excellent. You know. So. There you go.
And this was the week we were doing posters for Easter, and they used my camera to get some shots.
Yeah, you never know.
So I figured since I had them in front of a green screen, may as well put them on, I don't know, the moon?
There must be some way to make glue it on or something.
And may as well put myself on Mars. Perfect.
Just had our pie auction.
And this is a leaders meeting that we had
Okay, well, here they
with
are.
all of our
I think
volunteer
they're coming
leaders.
up right there. Okay,
And
so
those
we've
were the
got our
totals for our pie
here.
auction. Amazing.
And so you can see our weekend total, and the weekend total.
And one of the things I love to do is solder cables. There's something meditative and relaxing about it. Any day I can solder a cable is a good day in my opinion.
Okay, so what I've done is I've made.
And of course then we have to start preparing for the coming week.
Probably won't fix it, to be honest. Okay. I just thought just to see the cable, because it works, it's weird, it works perfectly fine with some things and not at all with others. So in theory, Derek's...
And this was a busy week for us. We also had the Promise Keepers men's conference coming on the weekend.
Saturday? Yep. I think it's 7 o'clock. Is that 7 o'clock?
About 7, right, Isaac?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And this was the crew setting up for that, Sound Art, a local Winnipeg company that does sound reinforcement and lighting and staging. Great company. So I helped them get the stage ready. And then we had the event, and it was just a powerful event. It's powerful to see nearly 2,000 men come together to learn how to become greater men of God. And they totally just fill up our building and crowd the halls. And after the Promise Keepers event, we had to go right to another service and do it all over again. You know, I could have shown you way more things that I do during the week. There's so many other little things I do with volunteer scheduling and helping other ministries and things like that. But I just totally love doing this job. Even those times of year where it's busy and intense, like at Easter, but it's still rewarding because I'm seeing people come to know Christ. I'm doing something I believe in, and it's so good to be a part of that. And I hope this video gives you some glimpse into my life and my week, and maybe people will now actually know what I do when I tell them I'm an audio tech at a church.